We just got these cards back from grading with PSA, including our Enchanted Elsa. Let's look at the scores together and tell you a little bit about the process. Let's go. What's up, Illumineers? Today we're going to talk about grading your Lorcana cards. Grading a card means sending it to a professional service who will evaluate the condition of the card and then provide it with a score on a scale from 1 to 10. This is in contrast to ungraded cards, which are referred to as raw. The goal of grading is to protect your cards whilst also potentially increasing their value and differentiating them from similar ungraded or lower graded cards. That is because opting for grading allows for official authentication and scoring, giving potential buyers confidence in what they're purchasing. Grading may not always be the right choice though. Some collectors may prefer to keep their cards raw so they are consistent with the rest of their collections. And if a card is unlikely to gain a high score, generally anything less than a 9, then grading will have little impact on the value, sometimes even equaling that of a raw card. Plus, not to mention, you would have spent extra money on top of that grading the card. You may also not want to grade cards that are less rare unless you have a sentimental attachment to them. In most cases, people will usually grade Enchanted Cards, as well as some foiled legendary cards, such as Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor, Maleficent Dragon, or Rapunzel Gifted with Healing. There are a few different grading services available, including Professional Sports Authenticator, PSA, Beckett Grading Services, BGS, Sport Card Guarantee Company, SGC, and Certified Guarantee Company, CGC. Each service has their own method of grading, as well as score systems, so it's worth researching them individually before deciding who to use. We opted for PSA because within the Lorcana community and other trading card games such as Pokemon, it is the most recognizable brand. The labels are a little more on the plain side compared to some of the others though. Before sending a card, you want to make sure that the condition is good first. The condition of a card comes down to a few factors. Firstly, the corners. In Lorcana, that means they are cut correctly and consistently. Secondly, the edges. Are the edges smooth and without damage? They have no chips or visible whiteness or any foil leaking through. Thirdly, the surface. Is the front and back surface of the card free from damage, scratches, print lines, or any other blemishes? Lastly, centering. Is the card centered with equal spacing around all sides? You can check these factors yourself to some extent. We purchased a centering tool and magnifier to check our cards, but of course, a professional will be able to spot things you may not be able to. Often, damage is invisible to the naked eye and without specialized tools. Once you've decided to grade your cards, it's time to send them off. You can either do this yourself or use a service to send them on your behalf. If you're sending them yourself, you need to make sure they're packed safely for transport so they don't get damaged on the way. To do so, we definitely recommend some tab sleeves and semi-rigid top loaders from Godolite, which provide a half-inch lip which facilitates insertion and removal of the cards. Combined with the tab sleeves, it makes the whole process even more effortless and less likely to damage your cards. We'll link those as well as the magnifying and centering tools down below in case you want to buy your own. You should never send cards in cases where they can move around, such as magnetic cases, as this can damage the card during transport. When it came to grading our cards, we actually used a service to do it on our behalf. This was because we didn't want to send cards that could potentially be less than a 9 or 10. So, we visited Collections Montreal, a monthly trading card convention not too far from us. At Collections Montreal, there is a company called Choose Your Grading who host a booth there each month and provide an assessment of each card, as well as packaging and sending the cards away for you. It was a really fun experience and they inspected each card individually under a microscope to see what to send. As part of this process, they let us know what grade the card was likely to get based on their first assessment and let us decide from there whether we should ship it or not. They looked at each card individually and identified any potential issues that could prevent a card from getting a good grade. Elsa did have a couple of issues, but was still expected to get a 9 or maybe even a 10, so we sent her off too. And here we are, back 2 months later picking up the cards, so let's take a look at them together now. Alright, so here are the cards. I haven't seen the scores yet. Matthias has put these here for me, so this is going to be my live reaction, hoping for some 10s. Okay, so the first card is Alice. So she got a PSA 10. That's really exciting. Obviously, Alice was one that we got from our Christmas Lorcana advent calendar, so it's really cool that she got a 10. Absolutely love this card. Next up, we have Namari, also a 10. So Namari we got from a draft event we held at our place. I actually pulled her from one of my packs during the draft, so she's my little baby, and I'm happy that she got a good score. Okay, so next up we have Beast Relentless, also got a 10, really exciting. We actually won him at a tournament at LPB. He was in one of the prize packs randomly, I think, for third place, so it's really cool that he came out and yeah, got a 10, really nice card. We have next Snow White, another 10. This one's really cool. This was actually a trade we did with someone in our area, so it's great that the card we were traded was in really good quality. Super beautiful card, very excited about that. Okay, so that does mean that the last card is Elsa. Obviously, when we got her assessed before sending to grading, they did say it was a 9, maybe a 10, so hoping for the best, but yeah, okay, so she got a 9. That's still really exciting. A PSA 9 Elsa is still better than no Elsa at all. Would have loved a 10, obviously, but yeah, she did have that little bit of damage on her, but still, that's really cool. And yeah, there we go. So that is all of the cards. Hopefully this video was helpful, and of course, happy questing.